Welcome to this video with me, Duncan Williamson, in which I want to discuss a pitfall of the BYCOL and the CHOOSECOLS functions in Excel. I did a video already on BYCOL and BYROWs, and you can see here in the screen I'm presenting now how that happened, how that works. So I wouldn't go through the whole video, obviously, but here we are. These are the data I presented in that video, and I was keen to show you that you go from here, by column, January, February, March, by row, A, B, C, D, E. First of all, by column, you can create this table here by using the data analysis tool pack. It's very simple, very straightforward. And what happens is you find the mean, the average of January's data, but there's no drawback with it. Click on there. Look at the formula, click on there, look at the formula, there isn't one. The purpose of the BYCOL function then, the way that I used it, was to recreate this table, or a table like this one. So I want to see the mean, and if I set out the BYCOL function, give the range a name, or just give it the address, and then this is a lambda function, and you set it up in this way. You say BYCOL from this array here, and then using the lambda function, notice by column, using the average function on the column, press enter, and there's the answers, the same. One of the big benefits of using BYCOL is this. Watch what happens now when I change this number, just arbitrarily, so we can see it, 999. Press enter. This one updates. All of these would update if I did the same. But these toolpack values don't update. That's a drawback. Otherwise, you have to keep doing it over and over again. With the BYCOL function, when your data updates, the results here update. That's the key feature. The CHOOSECOLS function does something really interesting too. It's very simple. This is the Microsoft example. So we've got a table of data, 1, 2, 5, 6, 10, and so on. And what we'd like to do is to do some work on that table by choosing different columns. And here's the formula I put in there. And you can see it's a dynamic array formula because it's spilled. This is the spill range. And the formula is equals CHOOSECOLS A2 E7. Then I tell it to include column 1, column 3, column 5, and column 1 again. Now, why I include column 1 twice, neither here nor there, but I can do it. So I've removed columns 2 and 4 from my analysis, and then, for example, I can go and use the BYCOLS function to carry out the analysis that I'm talking about. All very simple. Now, so what am I doing then in this video? What's the problem? Well, take a look at this one. I brought the data in Power Pivot from here, from other sources. Just click on there, identify, in my case, a text file, text CSV, and follow the instructions. Go and tell them where your file is, bring it in. That's what you see here, and you can see it's got 397,000 rows. There are 67 columns, so it is a big file. It is. There's no doubt about it. So I brought it in. I then created a pivot table. Here's the pivot table along the lines of CHOOSECOLS, not using CHOOSECOLS, but I only highlighted location, the date, total cases, and total deaths. And then I did this. I created my table at mean, median, mode, down to N, and here's my formula. BYCOL, I used C1D1521 as the address, lambda, column, average, enter, and I did that for the median. Changing from mean to median, so simple. All you do is you copy note the dollars, copy that formula down. It does both rows at a time, both columns at a time. Then all you have to do to change from average to median is click and change that. That's all you do. Overtype average with median. Overtype average with mode. Now, here's the test. I did that with ordinary everyday Excel. Now I want to change the country. Let's see. It did it. I don't have a problem. Let me move that so you can see it. Switzerland. It did it. The file size, when I use an Excel file with bringing the data in, creating all of the tables and so on that I did, it went from 100 megabytes to about 84 megabytes. And with an XLSB, saving it as an XLSB file, it shrank down quite considerably. This one, I didn't bring the data in except through Power Pivot, and the size of this file is about 23 megabytes. So win-win in terms of size, win-win in terms of operability. It is working, and I'll take this a little bit further. I don't need CHOOSECOLS. I've done what I had to do with that because I don't need CHOOSECOLS with the pivot table. But given that I did an exercise a while ago now on when you don't need a pivot table because the filter function is better, have I had to eat my words now? No, because the filter function and what I did with it was pretty good. It did exactly what I wanted, and it is very direct. So I've got the database and my filter function working very well, and I can choose columns with the filter function, as you already know. So the benefit is here, live and learn. I'm not using the filter function. I'm definitely using a pivot table, but through Power Pivot is the way to go. That's it. By the way, nothing wrong with BYCOL in this sort of context. In any other context, if you look at my other video, there's nothing wrong with CHOOSECOLS, nothing wrong with the filter function. It's just, it seems to be with a big file, BYCOL is a bit suspect. Well, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Duncan Williamson.